It often starts with a feeling, a subtle question mark in a parent's mind. You smile at your 9-month-old, but they rarely smile back. You call their name, but their head doesn't turn. These aren't just isolated moments. They're part of a pattern that can point toward autism. Understanding these patterns is about looking at two key areas. First, social communication. A typically developing baby, by 12 months, will point at a soaring bird and look back at you, sharing the moment. An autistic toddler might not. They might not wave bye-bye or engage in back-and-forth games like peekaboo. Instead of pointing at the cookie jar and looking at you for help, they might just take your hand and pull it towards the jar without that shared glance. As they get older, you might notice they don't seem to engage in much pretend play, like talking on a toy phone, or a conversation feels one-sided, where they talk at length about their favorite dinosaurs but don't pick up on cues that you need to go. The second area is restricted and repetitive behaviors. This can be very visible, like a child who constantly flaps their hands or rocks their body, or it can be quieter. Think of a child who meticulously lines up their toy cars in a perfect row and becomes deeply distressed if a single one is moved. They might not play with the car as a vehicle, but instead spend long periods just spinning its wheels. Routine becomes paramount. A small change, like taking a different route home from the park, can trigger a significant tantrum. They might also have intense reactions to sensory input. The feel of a clothing tag is unbearable, or they'll only eat white-colored foods. Sometimes you'll hear them repeating phrases from a movie, word for word, with the exact same intonation. This is called echolalia. A key point of confusion can be a simple language delay. But a child with only a language delay still tries to connect. They'll use gestures, eye contact, and body language to get their needs met. They want that social back and forth. For an autistic child, the challenge is often with that social drive itself. It's also important to know that autism can look different in girls. They may be more likely to mask their traits by copying how other children play, making their social difficulties less obvious. They might withdraw in overwhelming situations or have intense interests that seem more socially typical, like a deep fascination with a specific book series. So, what do you do with these observations? The first step is talking to your child's doctor. There is no single medical test for autism. Diagnosis comes from a comprehensive evaluation, specialists observing your child's behavior and listening carefully to your detailed history of their development. This isn't about finding a label, it's about finding a roadmap. It's about understanding how your child experiences the world so you can provide the right support to help them navigate it, unlock their strengths, and reach their full, unique potential.